So someone was asking earlier what the name of our game is right now. Right now, we these are the things that have come up. Um, the World's Rewind, Freya, Astrid, Halfdan, Project Grandfather, or PGF. You know, because what we were talking about was this: is when you're developing a game in industry, you usually give it a code name. You know, it's not the name that it's going to end up being 90% of the time. Sometimes people do keep the code names because they fit, but you give it a code name so that you can have a conversation about it and nobody would know that what you're talking about in regards to the final game itself. Uh, so, did that switch over? Oh my God, it switched over correctly. I'm sorry, I'm really happy about the fact that the auto category thing is working and that I did it correctly because, like I said, there was no way to test it. Test it. There was no way to test it outside of the being live for some reason. So, or at least I couldn't find one. I've spent about 2 hours trying to figure out why our our game itself will not let us do a build without freezing OBS. So I'm a little upset about that, but we do still have our code and stuff, and we do still have we're still building everything. You know, and I was thinking about this last night as I realized that I'm building rooms now and stuff like that that we'll need for our game. And I was thinking about it. I'm going, it might be really boring for you guys, but here's the deal: is you guys asked about doing game stuff and what it involves, and this is what it involves. And sometimes, I mean, we're way ahead of where most developers would be in in our 9 days of doing this. So, but this is it. Sometimes it's like, okay, you're going to spend the next 2 months building the rooms for your town, you know, or you're going to spend the next 2 months designing all those things. This is just part of development, you know, and sometimes it can be way drawn out and sometimes it can't. And you try to find ways to make it as simple as possible for you and your teams. But this is game development. That's what we do. When we left last time, we were in our village here. We built our boarding house, which is right here. These are all temps, of course, but we're building them. We built our boarding house. We've built our, oh, sorry, I hit the wrong one. We built our little restaurant. So we have a little restaurant. And to me, looking at these last night, I'm like, these are way too big for the town that we're building, but that's okay. Because what we'll do is as we start moving our guy around the town and getting him through all these things, we can determine how big is too big. You know, and then I'm going to make a two sprites. I'm going to make a pink stripe bright and a blue stripe today, and that's going to be, we're going to kind of put some people around, and that's what those are going to be, is those pink and blue sprites, because I think it's important that we have I think it's important we start putting some people in, because we have people on our design list to put in. So if we go back to our design list and we go over to our town here. Sorry, I'm keep doing that. Is we have all the little pink ones are people that are in the town. So in our restaurant, we'll have our bartender, our waitress, and our grumpy cook. You know, and then because we moved the boarding house up by the restaurant, so we need our main desk manager and then a bellboy. And as we were talking yesterday, I think we need cleaning staff as well. So we'll just say, for lack of a better way to make it simple, and it doesn't have to be male or female, we'll just say maid. Uh, and maid. No, maid. So we need a maid, of course. So what we're going to do is let's go back to our game. Let's turn it back on over here. Okay, let's bring it back on my screen so I can actually see it. I'm going to go back to, yeah. And we're going to go to sprites. And we're going to make a new sprite. hopefully I do this correctly because I've only done this a couple times. So let's go sprite, and we're going to say that it is a. We don't have an image to import, so we're going to just make one, and it's going to come over here. It's going to be a 16 by 16. By 16. I'm gonna do this. If I do this wrong, it's okay because I'm just learning. Let's see. Now we want to fill that with a color. We do that. Okay. So it was over. Where was it? Textures and settings. Collision. I think we already got. Edit image. That's what we wanted. So we're gonna make. This is gonna be our girl sprite. There it is. One girl sprite. Whee! Go girl. You go girl. Here, let's do this. Let's make it a circle. A filled circle. And just for fun, we will make a happy face for her because she's really happy to see us. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Her smile makes me laugh. Okay. Oh, there. That's better. Her eyes are too high. Let's put them there. There you go. All right, so that is her, and we're going to name her Sprite F NPC. For Sprite Female NPC. That is what her name is going to be right now, because she is a holding place sprite. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. We can close this out. We can close this out. And now we can go up to our objects. We need to make her into an object. Create an object. And we're going to go. Now she's an object. She is an object. She is not objectified, so don't worry about that. When we make the male, he will have all the same things. So, and then we're going to use the sprite we just created, which is her little pink face. Same as sprite. Okay, collision is same as sprite. Visible, yes. Persistent. She's only going to be in one room, so she doesn't have to be persistent. Although the waitress may be persistent that we order more food and give her a bigger tip. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we have her. Now let's go back to our boarding house. And we're going to go to our instances, and we're going to grab our female, and she's going to be at the front desk here. There she is. She is now at the front desk. Now we also needed for this. Oh, let's go to our other room. Let's go to our restaurant, and we will make the other guys here in a little bit. Let's grab her. She's going to be at the front here, and then we're going to go ahead and let the bartender be a female right now. Not let, but that's just what we're gonna do. Yeah. We want the cook to be a male, so let's go make our male sprite. Now the thing about this is these are placeholders for where we're going to put NPCs. So it doesn't matter what it is yet or what they do yet. What matters is that we're making space for them in the game so that we remember later when we start really building things out that we need to make dialogue for them, we need to make personalities for them, all that kind of stuff. And we have some of it, but not a lot of it. So let's go back to our assets, and we're going to go back to sprite. We're going to go create a new sprite. Now, those of you that use this program all the time, which I do not, may think, oh, he's doing this all wrong. That's okay. Let me know, because this is how I was taught in the tutorial that I did over the weekend, how to do this. So it is not going, I am not going to be perfect on this. Oh, no, he doesn't need to be that big. I'm not going to be perfect on this. I'm just, this will not be the final game. This is us doing basically a mock-up of what the game will be. So, yeah, so there we are. There we have it. Oh, what am I looking for? Not what I was looking for. Oh, there, yeah. For a second. Doop a doop 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 doop. Oh yeah, it's this one. Okay, so now we're gonna make our blue circle. Let's make them a light blue. And then we need a circle. Start in the corner. And then he gets the same smile. Okay, boop a doop boop boop boop. There's his smile. There's his eyeballs. Yeah, that's all he needs. That's all he needs. We don't need anything else from him there. Yeah, so we'll close him out, and we will name him Sprite Male NPC. Oh, and for those of you that don't know, I'm assuming you all know, but that would be stupid of me to assume all kinds of stuff. But we have ads starting in a minute. So NPC is just non-player character. It's your characters that are out in your world and living in your world. So it looks like we got him all good. And we'll go back to our rooms. You know, he will be the cook. So I'm going to keep going until this thing throws me out. So we're going to place him as the cook. Oh, sorry. On the wrong level. I'm not on the wrong level. I'm on the right level. Instance. Oh, I forgot to make him into an object. So he also is not objectified. He's just an object. Make him object. Object underscore male NPC. Okay, we're going to use his sprite. Get his sprite. There he is. And we should be all good. Now we can put him in the room. We will put him in the room as soon as we return from ad. Welcome to AdVision. We are in ads. We are in ads. Okay, Brooke is the dwarf smith of the creative. So as you guys probably know, oh wait, I want to say things, but then I look up and there's an ad zombie in my face, and I'm just like, he doesn't want to hear this. Camel, that's pretty cool. Yeah, register, try. Okay. Who said it was boring? I don't see the boring line either, but yeah. I mean, we do some silly things on the show, and that's fine. But that's just because it takes me a few minutes to get up and running and stuff like that. So I really like playing the games that I helped make, which was going to be a theme throughout the whole existence of this show. We're going to go through them all, and when I say all of them, I mean all of them. We may not play every single level, but we will play from a start to a beginning somewhere in the games. In my best health impression, I never use the software, so I can't really tell what you are doing, much less. Okay, we'll talk about that again in just a second. We have 2 seconds till the ads are over. So, I need no name says, I never use the software, so I can't really tell what you're doing, much less tell you how to do it. Do something in there. Okay, no, and that's fine. I did put the tutorial in our Discord. The tutorials that I did for to learn how to even do this. I only learned how to use this software on Saturday and Sunday last weekend. So yeah, there's a lot to learn there. So I may not be explaining everything clearly, and I apologize for that. But this is Game Maker. Yes, this is Game Maker 2, I believe, or whatever. Yeah, it's Game Maker. So what we were doing before the ad break, we going to drop our cook in, and what we'll do is we'll give him an assistant cook as well, because they make all the foods, and then we'll put in just for giggles, we'll put in one male bartender too. So there's two bartenders and two cooks, and then we'll throw an extra waitress in and another waiter. So yeah, that's about right. 4 tables, 4 to 5 tables each. So that takes care of that. Let's go back to here. So we have in our boarding house. Let's. Oh God, I think I have a lot of things too big here. Let's make them smaller so we can actually see that boarding house. So this is our boarding house, and we have the front lady. We'll put cleaning. This guy's job is cleaning this side of the rooms. Her job is cleaning that side of the rooms. Yeah, I think that'll work. You know. So, and then one general manager. We'll just put him here. We'll probably have to build it. Depending on what the storylines are with them, we may have to build an office. What code does it use? It's pretty, from what I've seen so far, the code that it uses is similar to C, I think. So if we go into, let me see if I can find where I put, that's the hut. Oh, that's other stuff. Let's close that, close that. So if I pick an object that has some code, so we need to go to Granddad's hut. So if I pick our guy here, and I want to know more about him, let me see if I can get him up here. How do I get to his code? I'm trying to find some of the code that is there. Go here. So this is our main. How do I open the other windows? That doesn't have one. Let's go with him. He does. Nope. He? Nope. I don't know how to pull the code off. Okay, here's the code window. He doesn't have any. Let's go to. Now, this guy would have to have some. So let's go here. Yeah, see, so here's the code that he has, which is this is for the creation code for the what is he? This is our warp block. The warp block is the code that allows our guy to teleport between rooms. Yeah, so everything kind of has its own little thing warp put out here. And all your variables and all that stuff are attached to your actual character. He should have something in there, but he doesn't. That's really weird. But if we go to the old man's room, that's where we are at. Let's close these all up because I'm making a hell of a mess. Because we have things like this block here, which has quite a bit of code. So, oh wait, no, it just has it has the coordinates for when you walk out that door, you go to the forest level, and these are the coordinates that you go to in the forest level. And he's facing downwards because he's going out the door in a downward motion. So when he moves out here and he moves down, when he comes up in the forest at Grandad's thing here, he'll be facing down in front of in front of the building. But there's a lot of like background code, but I'm trying to, I thought it was on the main guy, but I don't. It's in the world itself. Because I wrote a whole bunch of stuff as to that he was like going through. We have some warnings, we have some errors, but we only have warnings. Warnings are okay. But there was a page. No, no. I thought I had a window here that had oh, the workspace. Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm not completely insane. So here's where all of our pieces are, and then their attached code. So if we come up here to our main character, this is all the code that runs him. And what this code is, let me see if I can get closer in here. So we have what keys on the keyboard we're using to move him left and right. We have the speed at which he moves left and right. And then we have the phaser, which is when he phases in and out. Because when we go between rooms, there's an effect that happens. You know, then this is setting the sprite speed and all that. So it's and then which way he faces. You know, there's a lot of things like that in here. So it took a little bit for me to like get it all to work. But the like I said, the tutorial that I went through steps through all this stuff was actually kind of cool, and this is where I got it all from. But it looks similar to me. I mean, it's similar to any kind of code. It may be. I mean, to me, it looks like Python, but I don't know. I'm completely guessing there. So. Yes, you can. You actually have to make objects from sprites, is what my understanding is. So, like, I drew this guy because we just needed someone. This is him facing downwards, but there's several versions of him that face in each direction. So that's fun. Yeah, but it looks like Python to me. But I don't want to say that it is because that's just me guessing. Python is usually what I use. That's why it looks like Python to me, but it could be something completely different. I could be out of my mind. So it's not too far a reach, but it's cool because like you can set parents and children for objects, so you can gain things from that. So if we look at oh wait, let me try. Is it that one? So over here you can see let me see if you can even see it. Yeah. So over here you can see the dark gray part. That's his actual collision box. You know, and you can adjust that collision box. So if we're opening the editor for him, we can say, okay, where's the collision box? And we can set it manually, or we can set it all. So you can move the collision box around on him. You know, so this is just what it showed. Then you can do set different textures, and then if we go here, you can also, I think it's here, yeah, you can set animations. You know, so that is pretty cool. So you can build animations all the way across here, and that'll be your animation for walking. This one is for walking up and down, you know, but there is one for every direction. So that's pretty cool, you know, but yeah. So I drew it in, and but you can also go in and edit the image. But making sprites in here is actually pretty easy, even if you're using like you're drawing something somewhere else and bringing it in. You can just import an image and bring in anything. I can bring in a tree as the thing, but you can also do it with that's how we do our chairs and stuff like that. So, but from the code standpoint, it works out pretty well. But this is your workspace, which is where you do all that kind of stuff. I don't have it organized right now, but anything that has code is in this. Anything that's in the game is here. So I forgot to put that. What this does is it allows your character to walk in front of and behind things. Oops. But you're not supposed to do that. Okay. Delete that. Hit return. Put that there. That way, when your character, like for your bed, and unfortunately, like I said, I haven't figured out how to get it to play the game yet in OBS. It keeps locking OBS up. So, but it allows, like, if you have your bed, you can walk, if you're at the top of your bed, you can walk behind the bed a little bit. And if you're at the bottom of the bed, you can walk over the bed at the bottom a little bit. And that's what the depth thing does. And that's way back in the original code that we wrote up. It tells you what the depth is and how it works. So that's how we're doing that. But right now we are we're placing NPCs. We have NPCs in our hotel, our boarding house. I really need to keep the our OBS screen up where I can see it so that I'm not explaining something that's off screen. Yeah, so now we have these two buildings for a village. We need to go to the next building. So what is the next building we'll work on? Let's go general store. Yeah, okay. I'm sure I'm building the general store. So, once again. Okay, background tiles. Those are our tiles. We're going to go back here. We're going to go new room. Now, I was wondering this last night, is if we had an image of the room that we wanted to build, could we pull that image in and then draw over it? And it's going to come in handy when we do the mines. So let's try that real quick. This is our village. Right now we're going to create a new room. And this room is going to be a room G store. Our general store. So let's see if it'll let us do what I'm thinking about. We open in the editor. Come on. That's this. I think that's where we're at. Okay. Can we? Okay, we need to set some values here first, which I forgot to do. Set all these so that our room size is right. Where is my list? That one? That is not it. Huh? I don't know what that's doing. Oh, no, that was something else. Do not need that. We do need to find our settings. I wrote them down so that I would not lose them, and now I have lost them. This one, yes, here it is. Okay, got it. All right, so cameras, properties. Okay, so that's 288. 288. 816. Okay, this is 144108. Basically, what we're setting is we're setting our room size and we're setting our camera view. So, oh, let's see. Did I just screw up? I think I screwed up. Put that in the wrong place. I did put that in the wrong place. Okay, so this is 144. This is 108. You go back up here and it's 288. Jumped ahead a line. 864648. Okay, so that'll make that size, which is way too big for what we're doing here, but that's okay because we're going to set that up here. How big should our general store be? So we'll make it, we'll just say 200 by 200 right now. Oops. Okay, so that is the size of our room. We want our general store is probably going to need to be a lot bigger than that, but we'll see. 16 by 16. is our grid. Yeah, that seems like a small store, so we'll go 4x4. Okay, that's a little bit better. So let's go back and look at. Oh, wait, let me stop and see what you guys are saying over here, because I have a tendency to get wrapped up in what I'm doing and not looking over at what you guys are saying, and I apologize for that. So I have to kick myself every now and then and look back over here. If you have questions for me, please put @YourJoy on your the beginning of your question, because I will lose it if we do not. I will not see it. You attach the script to the object. Yeah, so you create this. To answer Devil King's answer is you have to create your sprite first. Then your sprite has to be turned into an object, and then that object can be used in your map. That does look like Python. No, it could be C# too. I've never used C#, but I have heard that it's something that uses. It's an impressive dynamically typed language commonly linked to Java. Like, okay, so okay. Oh, nice. So it gives you dope sheet as well. Yeah. That looks. It is. So far, it's been very easy. I mean, like I said, all I did was the tutorial that I put up on in our Discord, which is a very sparse tutorial, and he actually skips a couple things, but in that skipping, I was able to go back and figure out what it was that he was trying to do, and get as far as we've gotten. So I knew little to nothing about this editor on Friday last week, and we've managed to do a lot of stuff. I mean, we've managed to build Grandpa's hut. We built a map for the forest. These are all just mock-ups. We've built our town with all of our buildings, and now like we're building our buildings. So if we go up here, this is the boarding house there, and we've put some people in this morning, you know, and then this is our restaurant. So here's our restaurant. You know, and these are not to scale yet or anything like that. We're now that's our workspace, so we'll put that actually over here so it doesn't disappear. And now we're starting to work on our general store, which is this is our general store right here. So yeah, so it does. Can you go back to your Miro sheet for 1 second so I can see how you organize it? Sure. Let me just and you come back over here. So basically, we organized it based on what we were doing last week. Is I have it organized to our forest, which we've built, which is where Grandpa's house is down here in the corner. Which, if we look back on here, then here's our. Come on! Oh, that's right. I'm on the wrong screen. So here's our forest, and here's Grandpa's house. You know, so it's the same thing as what's on the Miro board. So there's our Miro board, and here's Grandpa's house. Now, one thing you'll notice is when I built the forest out, I moved the training room and the clinic over here to this corner because I thought about it, and Grandpa would probably put it further away from his house, but close to the town. So it's on the edge of the town. So that's why I moved it over there. I also built our lake and stuff like that. So ads will come up in a second. You know, and then right now we're working on our town, which is here. Is all the white ones are the buildings. We've actually moved them around from this because, like I said, as you're laying stuff out, you're going to go in and you're going to go, oh, wow, that doesn't work. This feels better. So if we now go to our, sorry, I have to switch between things in a very odd way. So now we go to our village. We've laid it out. Ooh, do not draw on the village. So we laid it out here to where our village is pretty much set to what it is. But once again, as we started building it out, we found that it wasn't really working. You know, so we moved like the stables over by the hotel. Then the hotel is next to the restaurant with its own private entrance there. Then we have this general store. So we started moving things around. Then we have the temple over here. We have the town hall over here now. And this is the candle maker and the pottery place. So yeah, as we start building things out, you start adding things and moving them around and trying things. And right now I just have a tree in the middle, but that's the town square, but all this stuff will change. So when we go into these rooms, which is what we're building now, we go into these situations, and that's kind of what we're kind of building out. I'm trying to rush because there's an ad coming here in a second. So yeah, so now we're going to build our general store, which is this one here, which is in our Miro board is right here is our general store in the Miro board. But like I said, we moved the stables and the boarding house from here up to here. We moved the pottery and the candle shop next to the temple and the town hall. So yeah, there's some cool things because, like I said, we did a whole layout for everything, including we did some mock-ups for the dungeon in the mines. These are all mock-ups that we showed how to do some quick mock-ups so you don't have to worry about it. This is the farmer place. So these are the railroad tracks that go to the faraway town, which is the faraway town. And then this is the family tomb where he goes and gets level ups because he learns from his ancestors. He learns different things from his ancestors, which we wrote out down here. So he has abilities and wisdom, skills, wisdom, sample dialogue for each of the statues, his grandparents. Here's a bunch of explanation for who's in town and what we can do. And then the yellow ones are things that he can do, like level 0 to 1, things that he can do. And ads. We are going away. We are in ads now. We'll be running ads for the next 120 seconds. I would ask Big Ox if that explanation helped him any, but I don't know if he can hear us because he may be in ads. He's in ads. We're in not. Bump, bump, bump. We will wait for him to come back. And then I will ask him if that was helpful to him. But yeah, it's just it's a quick and easy game design. It may lead nowhere, may lead to something. Who knows? But it also doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. We're just making it happen. Let's make it happen. I do have to go back to, because we haven't walked on it yet, I do have to go back to the different rooms and add a collision. I put blocks there, but I actually haven't put the collision in yet. I need collision on the outside too, so that will be good, so they can't walk off the screen. Well, 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 folks. Well, local Pope, that's very ominous. My old knowledge was scripting systems way back in the 90s, so I do program in Python a lot because that's what I build a lot of my tools for, like my Plex and for my different things, different projects that I do for myself. But so yeah, I would say the software part of this is novice, and I'm not always sure where to find everything. So so Big Ox, did that answer your question? I hope. Ads are finished. So let's go back to where we were. We're there. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so yeah, as far as the former knowledge of software and stuff like that, I have never used Game Maker Studio before Saturday. I've looked at it, but I've never used it or had to build anything in it. So I was actually a little bit taken aback because I'm like, okay, how am I going to learn this? How am I going to do this in order to help you guys understand that you can quickly mock up a bunch of stuff and have some different ideas and things. So like I said, I put a link to the 6-part tutorial that I watched. And then I've taken my experience and knowledge to go beyond that a little bit. There are some things that I still go back and do. Like I will have to go back and do the last one because I only did the first 5 because the last one was about parallaxing. And we're not walking around outside in a big thing right now. So we won't be doing parallaxing as part of this. But here's what we will be doing is we will be doing right now, we're going to build out our local supermarket, which is pretty simple actually. So we go to our map, we add a tile set because we want the tile set. The tile set is 100%. Oh, that's what I was going to check. Can I do that here? Open an editor. This is what I was going to find out. I'm being silly, but can I load an image? No sprites, yeah. Color's black, that's fine. I don't think I can. No, it doesn't look like it's going to let me use sprite. No. It's all sprites. So I don't see a way. Filters, effects, nope. Okay, I don't see a way to load an image because it'd be kind of cool to be able to draw the rooms out in a on graph paper and then just pull them into the background here and then draw over them, like put your tile set over them. But there doesn't seem to be a way to do that that I can see unless I'm missing something. Okay, we need to go there. Open editor. We need to set a tile set. So let's get our basic tile set. Here's our basic tile set. And we'll go ahead and fill it with this color. Okay, so we're full with that color. And what we can do is start drawing. We need 2. Each of these can be 1. So we can go, okay, there, 1. That's collision, then 1, 2, 3. 3 should be good. Because then they can walk down the aisles, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is the aisles of our general store. We have, where is our doorway? Our doorway is basically in the middle, in the center. So let's do this. We'll go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll make that the doorway. Make these borders so they can't walk out to the back. Now, this doesn't mean that this stays there. So like later on, if we decide that we need a back room in the store, we can make a new room for that and say, have it come off back here. You know, but then we'll have, let's just make a quick cashier right here. This is where our cashier will hang out. Okay, so there's our cashier. Check, check, check. Everybody get out, blah, blah, blah. Then we have, this is just like, buy this too. We'll just use that as a quick. I'm more a Pepsi man myself. It's a bit intimidating, however. Gamel. I'm sorry, I keep pronouncing this in a weird way. Pick up the tutorials. There's some really good tutorials out there. Once you learn the basics, which the one that I put up in our Discord, he's really good at showing the very basics of what is out there, and then you can just expand on it yourself, and it works out really, really well. I think I thought it worked out really, really well. Okay, so we're going to go here. We're going to go back to our instance side, and we're going to put our cashier in there. One cashier. Woohoo! Now, what other things did we have in the general store? We had several things. Go back to, let's see, we had, for the general store, we had a grocer. Oh, yeah, that's right. We need to build, we'll just do a quick mock-up here of that. What I need to do is we need to put the apothecary in, because that's where most people in town are going to get their medicines and stuff like that. We'll do that. Yeah, okay. Oops, screwed that up. That's okay. And then we're going to put our pharmacist in there, basically. Oops. I keep doing that. So one of the things you have to think about when you're doing this is everything has a layer. So like your tile set is basically your basic tile set, all the things that are in the room, you know, and then you have for your instances, that's where you can put your objects and characters and all that stuff. That's where your objects live. So we have the waitress, we have, oh, sorry, the cashier, we have the apothecary. We need one more person because I think we had one more in the design. We had standard grocer, honest trader. Okay. We could probably make both the grocer and so just the owner of the store. He owns the store. We'll keep him for now. But so we can see these are the things that are in there. So we have our basics. Now, if we go to the background, I'll have to look. Yeah, okay. So we have aisles. We're going to put another aisle kind of this way. Tile set. I'll put just one this way. That keeps people from running out of the store from one of the big aisles, so they can't get a big squeeze, and funnels them to here. Then we can put a little one here, which can, no, let's not do that. Let's do this. X. We'll put it closer. We're going to put it here because then she can get cigarettes for people and stuff like that, because they keep those behind the counter, the behind the counter items. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to see what can be done, because the next thing to do, and this is going to sound real silly, but I could technically take the graph paper and literally just put it on the screen and then draw underneath it, because the light from the monitor will allow me to see through it to be able to do that. I know it's silly, but our job is to find creative ideas to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. And for me, that is the creative idea to do it. Use rice paper. Yeah, you could do that. Don't ask how I know. Hey, that's okay. Rice paper is a good one. I used to use that for other image stuff. Okay, so we have our basic store, and of course, what we can do is we can line items up when we start building items, because we don't have a full list of items. Another thing we do is maybe we can make the apothecary in the corner over here and build these out. Right now, we're just doing, like I said, quick mock-ups. So we now have our general store, which is cool. So GM, general store, restaurant, boarding house. We have three of our buildings. Okay, let's see. What did we have on the next? I think we moved the blacksmith over to the other side, and we took yeah, based on boarding house stables, we got that. Town hall is the big one here that we need to get to. What I'm looking for is what was the little one we put up there when we were moving everything around. I should have kept notes on that, but I didn't, and I'm a moron, but that's okay. Blacksmith next to, who would go to the general store? Oh, we'll put the meat, we probably put the meat shop up there, or the bakery. Probably the bakery. Yeah, we put the bakery up here, so now we have to build a bakery. So, this guy here, and we're probably gonna move some things around because I think I want to kind of keep all the food things together. So the bakery and the meat shop should probably go both up here. So what we might want to do is we're gonna make some adjustments in our little city here, which is what we do. So let's go to the instance. Let's grab this. We'll move this over a little bit. We'll fix the roads after. Put that there, and then we're gonna grab. I think this one was a bakery. Doesn't matter. So and now we have the bakery and the meat shop up here. Let's put him there. That way his road is done. And then we'll put the bakery a little bit further back. Now that'll work. And then let's go to our tile set and fix our tile set. Doop, 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 doop. You got to go over there for your specialty meats. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. See, and that's just it, is you can go in and work out the logic of what you're trying to do and build some pretty cool stuff. And we'll just fix that up a little bit more. Do that. And then put this over here. That one. Okay. Wrong one. We want that one. There. So these will be much smaller. So we'll have butcher shop. We'll put the butcher shop here and the bakery here. Yeah, I think those work. So, can I put a text on the screen? I cannot. Oh, that's too bad. It'd be good to have a notes layer. Create a folder. No. Asset layer. New asset layer. That give me. Give me. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Path layer. Oh, layer. Oh. Okay, well, let me put notes on the screen. I wish it would. That would be a nice Game Maker Studio. Please add a notes. Rice paper, yeah. We'll fix the road. Under the rice paper, you can fix rows after. Sounds like a government employee. No, I'm perfectly fine fixing them now, because here's the deal. You know, I want to be able to know that that I'm using my tile sets so that it's a lot of things in game making is what I always tell people is there is a finite number of problems in game making. We make them infinite. So what is it you want to do? Do you want to like work together and have it work, or do you want to just cause more problems? Because you're the one that's going to make or break it. For me, this is a better way to do it. This is a happier way to do it. Because then I don't have to come back later and worry about it. I'll actually change that one to where it's like that. There. And it also tells me that my background tile set everything in my background tile set will cover what's going on in this. So we are going to build a bakery. As soon as I stop doing that. Okay. Oh no, a meat shop, sorry. So, but basically the designs for the meat shop and the bakery are basically the same thing. Yeah, I think they are. So we can get 2 for 1 on this one. Let's go back to here. Okay, there's that one. That one with some peoples in it. Here's the village. We need to go over here. We need to go to rooms. In our village, this is rooms in our village. Create room. Called RM Bakery. So meat shop. Butcher. Well, we played it, spelled it wrong, but that's okay. It is only for markup sakes. Okay, so butcher. That's our village. That's our restaurant. General store. Boarding house. And butcher. Gotta do all of our settings. Butcher doesn't have to be that big. We're gonna make it 300 by 300. That's a good size for a butcher. Down here, do the viewport stuff. Yeah, it'd be cool if they could actually like let you have some presets on here that you can set up the presets yourself. That would be good. Camera properties is 288 by 216, and then 0000. Then this one is 864 by 648, and then down here is 144 by 108. Okay, so that is all set there. Just need our basic butcher layout. So what do butchers need? They need a tile set, and they need to be able to use a tile set. So we need to put the tile set in, and we can have different tile sets for each of these. So that's not a big deal. I think that as we move forward, we'll have I want a different look and feel for each one. So in the rooms, we can make a standalone tile set for each room, and that'll actually be good because then we can put like checkered floors on the floor of the hotel, the restaurant. In game dev, there is a stage called block development where entire game literally looks like chunks and blocks, and you're only testing functionality and mechanics while the artists work on. Yeah, that's cool. That's kind of what we're doing here. I didn't know about that there's a block development in there, but I'm fine with doing it this way. You know, it's there's something about having the feel for it that I really like, and it's silly, but oh whoa, we're not doing that. Okay. Okay, so we need basically a butcher's counter. I will look into the block thing, but I'm actually really enjoying doing this. Yeah, programmer art's the best. Got have me some programmer art. Yes, sir, Bob. Okay, so this can be our countertop. Or our glass case. That's what it is. Not our countertop. This is our glass case. And then we can have we put some things out here. So we can put a table and chair out here. So like if you're waiting for something, we can put a butcher's table in the back here, but like over here like this. where he has a table that he can do butching on, because he's a very butch guy. There's a butcher's table. A ticket counter? Well, this would be something like here. So if we took this, like we did in the other room, we'll put here. There, that's where you get your ticket. What type of game is he working on? Ads will be coming in 2 minutes. Geez, ads again. I'm over adding myself, I think. But that's our ticket counter. We need an out space for collision. There's also a door in the middle here. If the ads come up, I will stop and wait for you guys to come back as it starts. That's a good thing to say. Block stage is literally what we're doing now. Yeah. Not so at all. Actually beats best practice. Yeah. So we'll put it all together. We'll put all the collision in. We'll do all that stuff. And then we'll, as soon as I can figure out how to get OBS to accept the build and run, I might have to make an executable and then run it from there. But that's going to be a pain in the ass, because that's not something we're going to be able to do on everyday type thing. So what we'll do is work on it. I'll do a build that night, and then the next day we'll go over our build and see where we're at with it. I think that's a good way to do it. We'll see. I have stopped work. I am just looking at things. Village. He has 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to our butcher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, that's okay though. Pretty close, because we haven't done the artwork for the outside of the buildings yet. So, yeah. So if you run it to test, OBS crashes. Yes. What happens is the OBS screen freezes. But it only happens when I do the build of the if I do a run where it says run the game, so an F5. If I do that, then OBS screen locks up, and it doesn't. I have to completely turn OBS off and turn it back on in order to get it come back. And nobody's been able to tell me why that happens. You know, I've asked several people with bigger brains than mine, and they can't seem to tell me why. Okay, what we're talking about during the break was this: is people were asking me why I can't do a run of this. So if I hit this, it will run the game, and it'll bring up a screen that will run the game, and you can actually play it, because it is playable. But for some reason, my OBS, when I run that, I have a 12 GPU, 12 gen CPU. It locks up OBS. So last night I was looking at GPU channels and things like that to see if maybe I can separate them from each other. But for some reason, it locks up OBS, and I can't find anything that tells me why, or anybody that can tell me why. Do you have a Intel 13? No, I have an Intel 12 in this machine. I believe is the case. Yeah, Thor asked me that last night too. He goes, "Do you have a 13?" I go, "No, I believe I have a 12." Let's look at the system specs. It's the 12th generation i9. 129K, 3.4 hertz. And 64 megs of RAM. So yeah, 64 gigs of RAM. Megs. That's funny. Oh, no, I've tried all the settings. I've tried the record window. I've tried record game capture. I've tried all the different ways to pull something in, and every single time it locks the OBS screen up. And even though hit different things on the thing, it keeps saying that it's not, it doesn't show that screen and it locks everything up. So there you go. I suspect because it's modifying the source layout, if you had it build an executable, yeah, and that's what I was thinking too. I'll build an executable and then be able to show it the next day type thing, or at the end of the, not even at the end of the day, because even if I try to build an executable, it locks up OBS. That's why I think it's my GPU, but I did update all of the drivers for everything, and everything's up to date. It just doesn't like it. But yeah, we'll try the executable thing in the next couple days. Does it lock at Hello World as well? I don't know. That is weird. Yeah, it is weird. Not a bad either. Okay, so here's where we were. We were putting the collision in for the butchers, which I forgot to do. So we'll move this back out to here. This is his little butcher's table. And, but it's funny because I remember this is exactly how I built the first maps for Warcraft, the very first Warcraft, because there was no map editor. So I literally, like Morheim had written a program called CUC, and I would literally take 16 by 16 matrices and build all the maps for Warcraft 1. So that was a lot of fun. But this reminds me a lot of that, of doing that. You know? So I really don't mind doing it. It's actually kind of it's a fun exercise and a good memory for me. So yeah, so this would be where go ahead and put some floor mats down just so we have some prettiness here and there. Okay. And then he needs a floor mat to do his butcher work. No, we'll just put it. That's fine. And then we'll put we'll do it with a regular table. So we'll come back out now to the assets, put the tiles on the bottom, put instances above, and put our butcher in. I'm still in tiles. Cancel. Instance is where we want to be. We're going to put our butcher in. He's a happy butcher. Then we're going to put our butcher's assistant in. He's a happy butcher, even though he's not a very happy butcher. And then we're going to put a table in. We have a table for him to do things on, and then we're going to put a table down here so people that are waiting for his butcher needs to come in, and then we're going to throw some chairs around. Don't say I didn't warn you. Let's turn this to 16 by 16. That way we can put the chairs closer. Okay, so now we can move him to there. And we can grab more chairs and put them over on this side. I like my chairs. They're silly. Put one there. And one here, just so that we have some extra chairs. Okay, cool. Oh, we'll go ahead and put a couple tables on the other side too. Table, 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 table. And then even a butcher sometimes needs to lay down, needs to sit down. Okay, so that's our butcher shop. And for the most part, the bakery is going to be pretty much close to the same thing. I think the only difference is where the butcher will have freezers. In fact, let's move these up one. And we can say that he has a massive walk-in freezer. That would be good. That could lead to some ideas for quests later. We'll give him a big old freezer. That's his little walk-in freezer. That should probably be bigger than that. And these guys down. We'll put him actually over here. Pull this one to here. And then back to our tile set and make this bigger so that it is a massive freezer as opposed to a little freezer. So we have gone, this is our 9th day. We have a lot of cool stuff put together here. So in our 9th day, we have Grandfather's Hut. We got plenty of time. We got Grandfather's Hut. We have the forest where Grandfather lives. We have the village. We have, sorry, let me grab this. We have 1, 2, 3. Oh, shoot. Don't hit the button. 1, 2, 3, 4 of our town stores done. This one's going to be real easy, except for the door is going to be over here. Because it's going to be pretty much a mock-up of this, except for without the freezer, because it's going to have ovens all along the back wall, because they're baking stuff all the time, and a pretty little. So, can we do this? Can I take? Probably have to do it over here. So if we go into our rooms, we take the butcher. Oh, we can duplicate. We're going to duplicate the butcher. And we're going to make that duplication is going to be baker. Stupid. RM baker. Oh, good. Cap lock goes on. I always love when cap lock goes on because my fingernail catches it. Okay, so let's go to our baker now. And we're going to rotate it a bit here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that countertop and we're going to move it closer to this wall. So let's move these guys out of the way. Let's see. We don't need, just pile everything over here for a second. Because that's where our oven's going to go anyway. So we're all good. All right. So we need to go to our map editor, tile set editor rather, map editor. Take all this stuff away. Not our collision, but I'll go back and fix that in a minute. Okay. Okay, so we're going to build the glass case here for all the baked goods for the day. That's too close. I'll move it to here. That makes more sense. That way we can put the tables up over here. I forgot about putting tables up because people like to sit and eat their donuts sometimes. It's good to give them a spot to do that. You know, our door is not going to be there anymore. Our door is going to be over here. What's this? Let's go back to our instances and put some tables in over here. Need 2 dots of space for things, though we don't want to put that well. I could put it right in the doorway so that the tourist thieves, we say, but we won't. We'll put it back here for working area. Some chairs out here. I don't want to put them in a straight row. Same token, I don't want to block the flow of business. It's there. A little bit close, but we do have, and I think it's in the wrong direction though. Yeah, it's in the wrong direction. We have a stovetop to use for putting it all the way across here. Oops. This will just this will just mark the place for our ovens. So that's all their ovens for making baked goods. They're making your donuts. Well, thank you. Yes, the first Warcraft was a great game. I really enjoyed working on it. You know, every one of those maps I put together by hand. It was a huge pain in the ass because back then the whole map could not have more than 1024 8x8 squares of art. So Sammy and everybody would draw all the art and then they'd give it to me. And then I'd have to compress, I would have to get as much of it in there and redraw as much of it as I could to match so that we didn't exceed the 1024 cell count. God, it was a pain in the ass, but it ended up being really good. It ended up working out really well, and really enjoyed working on it. It was fun. Fun. See, so our daddy took the T-bird away. Cool. So there's our counter. And this is going to sound a little racist or sexist. I don't mean for it to be, but I really like baked goods made by females, so I'm going to put the females in here instead of the males. I'm going to take the males out. It's not sexist. I don't know. Bakeries, yeah, I don't know. I like bakeries with female employees. Okay, but what a success it be. Yes, the game was a really good game, and we worked really hard on it. You know, even if you're just recording the display, yeah, I may have to just record it, so we'll see. But the problem is that it locks OBS up, and the only way to get it to work again is to completely shut it down, which means I'll be thrown out of the Twitch channel. So I'm not willing to do that. War 2 is the first multiplayer RTS I played. Really? Cool. Yeah, that one took us 8 to 9 months to do because we had War 1 and we're like, we can do better than this. And that was always what we did. We talked about this once before, is we never looked outside to see what other people were doing. I mean, we played other people's games, but our goal was always to do better than we did the time before. We were doing what everybody else was doing. We would go, what did Blizzard do? Let's do it better. You know, because that was a good way to look at it, because we were competing against ourselves just like everybody else were. If you've had more good bakery goods from females instead of, yes, I have. Yeah. And before, yes, there's some amazing bakers out there that I've come in touch with and stuff, and it was pretty cool. Okay, so look, there we go. We have a bakery, and it's called Bakery. So what we'll do eventually is we will hook all these. The village, we have all these top ones done. You know, the stables are going to be pretty easy, so we'll probably do those next. The hard one's going to be the church and the town hall. But we can actually move things around a bit because we put this one up here so that all of our food is up in the same kind of area. We'll redo this down here, and we can make the town hall a little bit bigger. I think that will work good. Let's move our happy little trees. Where happy trees? Go over there. Put them around. We'll take this one and move him down a little bit to where he can actually fill this space here, I think. And we'll move our happy little tree. He's going, why are you moving me? I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm just a tree. I'm just a tree. Yes, I'm only a tree. Move this guy down here, which is our temple, I believe. Yeah. This is our temple. Actually, we'll leave the temple there. I think we missed one of the town hall. Okay, let's do this. Let's move the temple down here to where it's close to the river. we'll take the candle maker and the pottery place and move them down. Then what we can do is put the town hall back. We'll put the town hall here. And then it can be like right off the what you see when you're looking coming into town and looking across. So that's now the town hall. I'm gonna move this tree. This down here is where you can go to the temples. And that down to there, so we can put it, or we can put it there. That way it's a little, everything's a little too uniform. Okay, so we now have, instead of the temple, oh, what would be better? It's not sexist, just, okay, got it. Me and my brother used an Apple cable, can't remember the name of them, and to play against each other. Cool. I always thought it was cool. Game was working on both PC and Mac. Yeah, the Mac version of Warcraft 1 was a huge pain. And here's why. It's because the color range on the Mac did not match the color range on the PC. So, and when I was doing the conversion, because I converted every single piece of art in Warcraft 1 to Mac colors, is I literally, for the backgrounds, I was able to get something that would really make the tile set look good. But for all of the units, I had to redraw them all by hand with the new colors. It was such, oh my God, it was a pain. You know, so if you ever look at them side by side, you look at the PC version against the Mac version, you'll see that they're drawn a little bit differently. It was really just, oh my God, it was the bane of my life at the time. I'm like, oh no, but I redrew every single angle, every single character in that game for the Mac version. It was a pain in the patootie. Okay, so we're gonna sorry, I have to switch there, then do that, then it will come in. So we have 1 minute before ads, so let's just go ahead and fix this real quick. I know you guys are going, why do you keep doing that? Well, because I think it's necessary. Boop, 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 boop. So that one. Wow. The left right brain is not working well. Opportunity. Actually, that'll go down there because we'll be able to walk in there. Out a little wider. Okay. So that gets us to the candlestick maker and the pottery place, which is still next to the temple, which is what they're pretty much needed for, so that you can do that. So that gives us that. We do want to put, if this is going to be the town hall, or maybe it should be the temple. Someone brought up an interesting point. Is yes, in America, most towns were started by missions or churches first. I think in the UK it was like that as well. Is those came first, and then people moved in around them. So, but I'm not. So I have a dilemma of which one should I do? Should I do the temple as the main hub of the town, or the town hall is the main hub of the town? Of course. Do you remember how great Mac games were? Some of them were really, really good. Oh. Job with Mac version was well done. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, Brian. Oh God, what was Brian's last name? Brian Fitzgerald did the programming for the Mac version, and his partner John. Okay, rearranging things on the desk, turning off the reading light. Let's see, where are we here? Yeah, the sun is out. Cool. I guess at the end of the day, it depends on the lore we want to build, and that's it. Is this a deeply religious town, or was the temple simply an addition after the homesteading was complete? You're absolutely right, Blaze. The thing is we haven't really picked a culture or a world for this yet. Right now, it's just can we get everything in? I think that we might even get to a situation where we have too many buildings in town and too many things going on in town, but we'll see. Because we don't want to overstuff. But looking at this is we may have to. But if everything can be done off the town square, that could be interesting. And then what we can do is maybe run run some stuff down on the other side of the river for like housing or something. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe some tenements over there or something. Temple gives a sense of history. Maybe town hall is a ruined temple, but maybe the original temple that kind of fell apart and became the town hall. The last Vikings kept their offer stones below their church and kept worshiping even after they were turned. Oh, cool. And we're back. What I was saying is, right now we have these 5 done. And these ones here may even just be other versions of this, only a little bit bigger. But we may, because we haven't picked a culture or a time period or a planet or whatever for this. This is all, whether it's a church or a temple or a town hall, it doesn't matter right now. Although someone did bring up a really good point: is what if the town hall was the original temple turned into a town hall when they built the new temple? I actually like that idea. So that's a pretty cool way of looking at it. Sorry, I'm seeing if there's anything here written that I guess at the end of the day depends on. Yeah, that was Blaze has simply said. Yeah, Blaze had brought that question up. Yeah. Well, being his Sparta historically accurate means that we have history to pull from, and we do. But we haven't picked what planet this is. Another thing I was talking about is here in the bottom is we can at some point make a path or move a building to where we can put a little road in. Then we can put where the living quarters of all the people that work in town live. Because when we get to the mine does have a barracks and stuff like that for the people that work in the mine. Trees are never happy. Oh, that's our happy tree. Those are our happy little trees. Mm-hmm. If you look, and if you're new to our Twitch, that is one of our emotes. Is our happy little trees. We also have happy little snowed on trees. We also have happy little clouds. So I'm just using them as for the mock-up purposes. They're everywhere else. Everywhere there's an outside, there's a tree. We have that. We have that. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have 5 buildings. That's pretty good so far. We're just throwing it together. Let's go over here and build the stables real quick. That way we'll have all the top ones. It'll give us 6. Let's go back here, go to our village. We're going to go new, create new room. This room is going to be called RM stable. We're stable. Okay, this one's going to be kind of a long one, but we do need to set this. So let's make it 800 by 300. How that looks. Yeah, that could work. Need to get our numbers so that we can put all the settings in so the cameras all work and stuff. Okay, we've got that one. We need to do this one next. This was 288 by 208. Wait, by 216. Sorry, 16. That's right. 869, 864, 648. Come down here, 144. Now, my understanding of these numbers, because the reason we're putting the exact same numbers on the map is so that there's a consistency between what we're doing and what as we're going between levels. So make that visible. Then we go into our map and start building our. Okay, so we're going to do what we did last time. We're going to add a tile set. We're going to come over here and it's going to say we have no tile set. We're going to add the tile set that we have. Eventually we will build tile sets for each of these so that they're all different. But right now it's just a mock-up phase, so we're all good. Okay. I think it's too big right now. I'm looking at it, I'm pretty sure it's too big. 16 by 16. Okay, turn that on. Why is it freaking out? Interesting. It is not letting me. Okay, well, 16 by 16. So, if we look at our map, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entrances of two shapes. Stable. We're going to mark this out. So we're going to give a space of 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we have an entrance. 1. Yeah, it's horses, so we should put. We should do it from the other side because if we end up having to make this shorter, then it's gonna cut it from this side, not that side. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3. 4. 1, 2, 3. The reason we're putting 3 as the space is because horses are fat. Okay, so that how many does that give us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that how many we had in our village? I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, so we can actually make the stables a little bit smaller. But we need to be able to leave room for collision between. No, because that automatically will take care of itself, won't it? All right, so we will make this 600 instead. Oh, perfect. Yeah, actually, 616. Okay, 632. That way we can put the wall in. We do that. And what we'll do is it's usually pretty tight, so we'll actually go, we'll cut this much off. My hand is not as stable as it used to be. Get it? Stable. We're working on the stable. It's so bad. Okay, looking at this, let's go 700. I want to. I think we need to make this 5 and 3. I'll explain why in a minute. 5, 2, 5, 1, 3, 3, 4, 5, 1. And 5, 5, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 5, 2. And this will make sense in a minute. So trust me on this one. Is the back wall, so that can be. So we can actually go to 672. Okay. The reason I did that was this. Actually, not 672, 72 plus 16. So 688. Not 6,080, just 688. Because what I was thinking about is when we start putting in our stables, we want to be able to just have a single wall between the stables. So keeping that and making that an odd number actually works out better for that. So like you see here on 3, we have the wall. So if we go on 3 here, we can go, okay, there's stable 1, there's stable 2. That's pretty big stables though. Now we got to remember the guy has to be able to walk around. And this can actually just be there. Actually, it'd be here. Yeah. Can't draw a line to save my life. So we would have to move it all down by 1, move this to 3. Grab this. Copy that. All down to there like so. They're still pretty wide. Oh, I know what we can do. Let him. That actually works. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. There, that's better. Okay, and then that goes to what is the on that? That is 654. Perfect. There's our 5 stables, our 5-door stable. And then we need some water for the horses. Then we need to 77. Nope, that's 75. Okay. So there's our stable. With the horsey stuffies, we've got some good stuff there. We can put a little feeding trough in each one. Okay. That's kind of cool. And then it makes it easier for them to get in. And then do one. Oh, we need to put some people in here. We need the stable boy. There's our stable boy. There's our stable master. He gets to get in there too. When we build the final, when we start building art, true art for it, we'll build things like doors and stuff like that so that they can get in and out. Oh, that's interesting. How did that go back to 32? 16. Okay, that's better. All right. So there's our stable. Cool. Cool beans, cool beans. Village, we got our stable. Oh, there's a door there. I missed that door. Okay, let's fix that real quick. That's an easy fix. Actually, let's make it these three. There. Cool, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll fix that. Pull that back a little bit later. Do this. We'll say height will be 180, 191. Yep. And then we can take that piece here. Thank you for the follow, Molly, Meldacia. Oh, sorry, I'll mess it up. Okay, we need in tile set. Need to grab these, take all of these, and copy it, and then paste it one block down. Then go in with this. That'll give us our big door. Big door at the end. Oh, wait, well, where did our water go? Ah, see. We forgot to grab the water. I took it down too much. Okay. Copy. And then we're only going down 1, not 2. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. All right, so we have our stables. We have our 4 things here. I think it was 4. It'll probably go back and it'll be 5, but then I will make myself correct and make it 4. No, it's 4. Cool. Okay, so we're going into our stable. We have our 5 doors on the side. We have our big door in the front. We're all good. We are next to the boarding house. We have our stable. Oh, cool. Now I'm going to have to put all of the teleport systems in, which is something I'll do off camera because it will have to be done so that I can load up the game and look at it and make sure everything's working. Could also leave that gap there for storage. Yeah, I could, but we'll get that because what we'll probably end up doing if we take the last 2 stalls out in the final, that could be used as storage as well. In fact, what we'll do is we'll just do this: is we can make the very last one. Oh God, come on, work. Am your because what we can do is this: if we go and do something like this, and then that, we can say that this last one is actually a storage area. That can work. So that one's now storage. because we're also gonna need an office for him. There's a lot of those kind of things that are gonna need to be added in. Or we can make this a hallway. Add add to the heights. We'll make it 1632, 64. So yeah, one can make it 160. 160 for now. Oops, sorry. Z. Not 160. Go back. Undo does not work. Okay, there, better. We're adding 64, so it's 255. And it helps if you actually put the 2 in, apparently. And go back. Never had a lesson. No, just kidding. Had a lesson, blew it. Because what we can do is we can put offices back here for the big boss and storage as well. We can also put little valves in for that can be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, because we're going to have a 2-inch. 16, 16, 32. Yeah, let's add 2 more. So that is 87. Okay. Okay, then we can do this. Put the collision in. Now we might be able to put like a little door here. We'll put a single door there, but then we can put like the office back here and stuff like that, which means we'll throw some tables in there just so that there's something there. Go here. I know you're thinking, oh my God, he puts tables everywhere. Well, yeah, I kind of do, but that's okay. These are all placeholder tables. And it's basically where he can have meetings with people. He can talk about how to help their horses. Help my horse, help him. And it can also be a place where people rest when they're waiting to go riding. How about that? That's a good one. So, throw some chairs in here. And we are in an ad. Sorry, guys. Was not expecting an ad at this moment, but could also leave that gap. Yeah, so now we have storage. We have all that kind of stuff. Yeah. We can put a, because you do need stuff for bridles and stuff like that. So we'll put that here. She'll bring it out to here. So all the horse paraphernalia stuff goes in there. Oops. See. Okay, we need to go back to this. And then I need to stop touching stuff. Because we're in an ad, and touching stuff in an ad is not a good thing. Because there are those who are not in at this time. Oh, geez, it is quitting time for this. We have to go to our next thing. But we have a stable. Let's put one more guy back here just for fun. And his wife. 20 more seconds of ads. I think we're doing pretty good. I mean, it's not Perfect. And what we'll do is hopefully I'll be able to get all the code in and do a build, and then hopefully this thing will let me run the build. Maybe I'll try to get something like that in tonight. It's just a matter of putting in the initial transitions. But we are back. Okay. Let's see. What does it say over there? Okay, we're still in software. Okay, so we have our other things to do today that we need to start off with. We did add a small section right here, which is for the bridles and stuff like that for all the horses and things. We added some sitting areas and stuff like that, and we'll add some more stuff later. But this is storage and all that stuff that is away from the horses and all that. And what we'll probably do is make one of these. Yeah, let's do that now. Let's just do it real quick, and then we'll worry about other things later. Let's go back to our tiles. And what we can do is this, is we'll have a side for water, but we can also have a side for food as well, so that it's all in one spot and they can feed them from behind the wall. Let's grab this one and make this this one's food. So they have food and water. And we'll probably just take the other one out so it just works that way. Yeah, take the other one out. That makes more sense. And there we go. So food and water for the horses. Stables are pretty much done for what our needs are. We need to go on back to our regular day. Let's save this so we don't lose it. Save project, and then go to our next thing, which we will go back to just me, which will change